Good morning. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Friday, May the 10th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out at any point in time. The message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates, leave behind the rest. I also like to talk about what's going on up in the cosmos, and I also like to talk about what comes through in my meditative channeled session each morning for the collective. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what come through meditation. And so I was sitting in this energy of the devil and the strength card. I am actually still sitting in a lot of sacred rage, a lot of anger, a lot of triggering energies coming through for sure when it comes to the devil energy and the strength card. What I love about these two energies combined together is that the strength card is the only card that overcomes addictions and toxic energies. I was also shown the temperance card and the Hierophant. And so today we've got the moon in Gemini. It is forming a square to Saturn exact. We're already feeling it, right? We've got the moon in Gemini sextile Mercury in Aries. And we also have the moon forming a square to Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees. There is a lot of sacred rage when it comes to disillusionment, when it comes to coming out of confusion, coming out of illusion. And it is the feminine that I feel is the one releasing all of this sacred rage connected to the imbalances within the collective between the masculine and the feminine and all of the distortion. And so right now I feel we are in this portal of really needing to harness our spiritual strength to overcome obstacles and temptations in life. And so we always do have the inner strength and courage to overcome fears, to overcome addictions, to overcome betrayal. And so I feel a very powerful struggle. That's what it feels like, a struggle, an opposition, a lot of dark impulses, a lot of dark emotions, a lot of dark thoughts, and finding your spiritual strength and your spiritual ability to overcome them. So don't be swayed by the triggers, because we are being asked, I feel, collectively to find a balance between traditions and personal growth. And so we all come from a certain background, we all come from certain traditions and family belief systems, family patterns that we are here to break free from, especially when it comes to toxic family patterns that have repeated throughout generation after generation within our family lineage. I'm thinking I might go live on Mother's Day. It's going to be Mother's Day on Sunday this weekend. I might go live on Mother's Day and really open up and share a lot of aspects from my awakening journey. I'm getting more comfortable with sharing that more publicly. I used to share it a lot in the beginning, and I took a step back because I'm not that person anymore. I'm not in that place anymore. But sometimes to, like Taylor Swift says, reread the manuscript, it really allows you to kind of bring open another layer of the awakening process. And so we need to really learn to harness our own spiritual guidance, right? It's our own internal compass, our own internal spiritual guidance that will allow us to find that new direction, to find that purpose. And so if we're just meandering through life, meandering through the path without a clear direction or a clear purpose, it is going to trigger a lot of anger, a lot of frustration because of the heart fog, because of the uncertainty about the path moving forward. And so right now we are really being asked to seek that true path, that true karmic pathway, which is usually connected to the lunar nodes, and then it goes even deeper depending on all of the other aspects in your soul agreement when it comes to your birth chart and which houses all of these energies sit in. And so we got to find a way to balance conflict right now, because I was shown the temperance with the 7 of Wands. I've had a massive third eye headache most of the morning. And so you might be facing a very difficult situation. That's what it feels like. We're all facing our own levels of difficulties every day, each and every day, right? And so there's something here that does need to be approached with patience and balance, because the energy is so triggering. The moon in Gemini really complicates things. It's very Jekyll and Hyde, very dualistic energy. And I've got the moon in Gemini right now sitting in my 4th house. When it comes to Gemini energy, I've got a lot of family issues with the Gemini. My mother is a Lilith in Gemini. My brother is a moon in Gemini, and so I got some deep-rooted family patterns sitting in that fourth house. And so there's a lot of triggers coming up with a mother wound for me the last couple of days, family wounding. I don't have a relationship with my brother at all. It's been years, which is kind of sad because we kind of share a birthday. He's actually 5 years younger than me, born the day before me. Anyway, enough about me. So these energies are potent, right? And with the moon square Saturn, this brought forward in meditation a very powerful dynamic energy. Saturn in Pisces is about spiritual discipline. The moon in Gemini can really drive us towards wanting to succeed, can allow us to bring forward a lot of success in our lives to achieve goals towards career and finances. But you also got to get ready to navigate feelings of loneliness and depression. And so that's kind of where I was at. A lot of anger triggered to the fact that I have been on this solo path for so many years. I had my awakening experience back in 2009. I was ghosted. I was pretty much left at rock bottom to fend for myself. Had to go back into a karmic cycle with my ex because I had no other options, because I was at rock bottom. I couldn't get out of bed for months and months and months. It was like 9 months of the deepest, darkest depression and evaluation of past lives, of everything that has transpired, this life, family patterns. And so the moon in Gemini is kind of, for me, re-triggering all of these emotions again to these patterns. And so there might be a major re-evaluation of your relationships. It's going to depend on where these aspects are taking place within your housing and within your own birth chart. And if you would like to book a transit chart reading with me, I highly suggest checking out the webpage below. I would love to get that booked in. But right now we have to really understand how relationships affect our self-esteem, good or bad, because there is this underlying fleeting depression which can lead to a downturn spiral if we're not careful. So a good stone to work with in the energies over the coming days would be moonstone. I feel a lot of throat chakra activations, and let me tell you, I went a little AWOL this morning, and I had to release, and then I went into the depths of exploring that root cause, because we can't keep recreating the same negative cycles. We got to find a constructive way to reflect on the reality of whatever situation you are in now, where maybe you're being disillusioned. With the moon square Neptune, I was shown the Three of Wands with the Hanged Man. And so this is very hard energy to work with, I feel. There's very hard energy coming through to work with today and over the coming days. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of triggering emotions when it comes to insecurities. Just a very strange, disturbing feeling came through. And so you may find it hard to just focus on anything. You may feel very scattered, like you're running around in circles or pacing the house back and forth because of this very strong, strange energy of confusion. And be mindful, you're going to want to stay grounded, because this confusion can easily spiral into states of paranoia if you are not grounded. So I think the best thing we can do in the energies today and over the coming days is to embrace a period of reflection. Reflection before taking action is what I feel the Hanged Man with the Three of Wands is, because the Three of Wands is saying, hey, take those next steps. Take them. But you need to reflect on, is that really where you want to go, right? And so that's what I've been reflecting on. A lot of pausing before action. And so there is success on the horizon. I feel it. I can see it. But there is a need to just go into the reality of a situation so you can sit in the truth, to no longer be swayed by illusions moving forward. And so that Neptunian energy with Neptune and Pisces at 29 degrees, this is heavy. This is a lot of disillusionment. So let's jump in with the cards and let's see what else needs to come through for the collective today. And so because of the heaviness, I think we're going to start off with my tea leaf oracle deck. We'll start off with this deck. I love it. I'm actually going to be working at the tea room, Mrs. Bell's Tea Room in town. If you are local to my area, go check it out. There are limited spaces. I'm collaborating with Mrs. Bell at Mrs. Bell's Tea Room once a month, one Thursday a month, for tarot and tea. And there's only 9 spaces available. We took an extra last time, but 10 was just exhausting with back-to-back-to-back readings. So you've got a week to get in on this, because next Thursday I will be at Mrs. Bell's Tea Room in person for reading. So if you want to book, go check out my Facebook page and get on over there and contact Mrs. Bell to book in for an in-person reading with me. But let's see what needs to come through with the tea leaf. We get pig. Beware of greed. And I'm pretty sure greed was a strong message yesterday. Oh, we get wedge. And so there is somebody trying to come between you and what it is that you want. It could be a friend, it could be a lover, it could be a frenemy, but there is deep sorrow over a loss. And maybe there's somebody connected to you, maybe a birthday in December, but something about December. There was a change in the wind last December. Actually, they're taking me back to the Grand Conjunction, and I think that was back in 2021. So there's something about maybe a 3-year cycle, obstacles to overcome connected to that 12-21 conjunction. But there's going to be success here. So be mindful of greed, right? Greed can really bring us into a lot of negative unconscious mindsets. So beware of greed. We didn't come for the money. We came for unity, right? So we're going to see what needs to come through with the tea leaf deck. It's such a big deck. So family wishes come true. That's interesting. I talked about the family patterns. And so there is hard work ahead. Success always comes with a lot of hard work, right? And so I think collectively we are getting ready to step into a whole new experience. We are stepping into the experience of 5D Earth, new Earth, right? But first we got to traverse through the collective consciousness of the 4th dimension, which is not an easy feat to do. And so honor and respect will come to you, 11:22 on the timer, Justice Fool. And I just got chills like head to toe. Okay, so the crowning is like a crown chakra activation. So there is an activation coming through. We get dog far away and the finger. So warning, the energy is warning you, get ready for some type of accusations. There is a problem here, either happening right now or in the near future. And you do have somebody at a distance thinking about you. Dogs to me can be loyal, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of dirty dogs out there, girls. So just be careful. We get the sun energy, Leo energy. A new day is dawning. And so you might be coming into new creative ideas. That Gemini energy, you got to remember, Mercury rules Gemini. So there could be an abundance of downloads with the crowning energy coming in, a new adventure, a fresh start. But we first have to leave the past behind. And so there might be a challenging conversation with somebody that's at a distance. And so somebody's thinking about you. So if you're constantly thinking about somebody out of the blue and you're like, why am I thinking about this person? It might be because they're thinking about you, but I don't feel good energy here. I feel like finger pointing. We get January. So you could be dealing with somebody born in January. We get August, but this to me is saying we are closing out a cycle here that began, a clearing that began in January is likely reaching completion around the full moon in August. And so this Lionsgate portal is massive. It is an 888 portal, which breaks down to 24, which is the vibration of the Queen of Wands, which is that visionary, divine, feminine leader coming into a new creative idea, embracing a fresh start, a new creative adventure. And I do believe this is connected to love. And so all relationships stem from our relationship with self. Do you truly love yourself? Have you mastered self-love? Have you mastered filling your own cup first? Because somebody here needs to get booted out of your life so you can go towards this fresh new start. I'm hearing that song. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. So maybe somebody's been walking all over you. I don't know. But if you want to achieve your goals, you're going to have to increase your efforts, and you might have to give people the boot out of your life for you to have wishes come true. So what did you wish for? What did you pray for, right? And so this is interesting. So when I had my ascension and my awakening years ago, you make that wish, right? And you're shown the wish. You're shown the wish when your soul descended into the body, right? And so I also study human design, and I've been studying human design for several years as well, and how it all interconnects with astrology, numerology. None of these divinity tools are separate, and they all are combined. When I do a personal reading together, I combine all of these tools together for a full range spectrum. And so family wish is coming true. And so that is the wish I think a lot of us made, was to clear these family ancestral, deeply rooted karmic patterns, right? But in order to clear the patterns, we got to go deep. We got to go deep into the well. Actually, remember when I was little, like there was that little girl, Jessica, that fell down the well. So I don't know, you might be dealing with it, Jessica. I don't know why that's coming through, but you got to go deep, right? And it is a deep dive into the darkness. And if you think of the movie Frozen 2, when Elsa follows and wants that truth, and she has to dive deep into the coldest part of the truth, and truth resonates at a frequency that will trigger like the shivers, right? Truth is very chilling energy. So family wishes coming true, great happiness, and flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Maybe it's time to just wave that white flag and get out of there. That's interesting. We were doing schoolwork this morning. My little one, she is in grade 2, and I homeschool her. And that was one of her spelling words, was flag. And she said red flag. And I was like, ooh, red flag. But do not be tempted to lower your standards. So be very discerning when it comes to red flags, white flags. Maybe it's time to just surrender and wave that white flag. Because there is new love coming, I feel, around Lionsgate. I also feel somebody here has been lying, has been hiding some truth. If you look at the January to August, so there is also something going on, I feel, between the Aquarius and the Leo axis, and the Capricorn and the Cancer axis is taking place as well. Something about those energies. And so this person looks like a little bit like Pinocchio, right? Big long nose. Somebody's been telling a bunch of lies, and they're in this energy of they're frozen. They can't go anywhere until they maybe bring forward some truth. So there could be some truth being exposed by Lionsgate around that full moon in August, in the full moon in Leo. I feel something about the Aquarius Leo axis. And then on the bottom of the deck, we get celebration, fun, and enjoyment, tankard. And so I'm feeling like a 3 of Cups with this. I'm feeling some type of third-party entanglement, actually, with this. This is feeling like overindulgence. Like, hey, yeah, it's great to go out and have fun and celebrate, but is it to your detriment? Is it to the energy of the devil, where it's become a hindrance on your journey? It's become toxic. It's become an addiction or a toxic pattern, because it is time to seek out information to help you. So there could be somebody here in some type of very toxic, dishonorable situation. They want me to say dishonorable. And this situation will reach completion around Lionsgate, because I do feel there's somebody at a distance here really thinking highly of somebody that might have turned their back on a situation. And so be willing to accept valid criticism too. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. Do I do another oracle deck, guys, or do I just jump in with the cards? Let's jump in with the cards, because we're at 17 minutes. Okay, let's do the Tarot of Dreams today. Yeah, we got a liar here. We got a pathological liar. We get the King of Swords reversed and the Magician reversed. So that's Gemini energy, Virgo. And then we get the King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So we could have somebody here with prominent Aquarius placements in their chart. We got a smiling liar. We got somebody that's lying to themselves, lying to everybody else. It's the energy of stuckness. The Magician reverse has no faith that magic is alive. I do feel there's a need to heal a situation here. Somebody is, I think, stuck. They got a lot of hard work if they're going to get unstuck and move forward. It's this energy of, yeah, somebody has been lying about maybe how much they've been struggling, in a state of depression, in a state of hurt, in a state of sorrow. There's some type of heart expansion going on here. And that's so interesting. My daughter, my teenage daughter, I have a teenager, 13. She just got home from a 10-day trip from Greece with the family. I was pretty much the only one that stayed behind with the little one and the animals. And so, and that helmet reminds me of ancient Greece. She brought home a little keychain with a helmet like that. And so this to me is like unblocking, right? And so that to me would be connected to the crown. And so this is saying like a crown, like somebody was denying the truth because of a blocked heart. So we could have like a heart awakening here, and somebody feels like stabbed in the chest because they were sleeping on this truth, and now an abundance of downloads, and somebody's kind of in this death energy. And so the Four of Swords can also mean like the death of an idea or a person. This could also mean wanting to bring something back to life. But there is a problem here. There is a problem here that needs to be sorted out. So, and I do think somebody is really wishing maybe they took a risk in the past, but I feel it's time to step into a new situation. It's time to be brave, because I do feel, look at that, there's interesting, the teacup. I think get ready to have an important conversation here. This could lead to a reconciliation. Pineapple Express, but don't delude yourself. Okay, so that to me, I feel there could be somebody that's got like an addiction. Pineapple Express, isn't that movie all about marijuana? So there could be a marijuana addiction. But anyway, that's not going to be for everybody. There is a need, I feel, to accept valid criticism. But what do we get right out the gate? We get that Seven of Wands, Leo energy. We get the moon. And so that Taurus new moon was deep. It was dark. We get the Queen of Wands reversed. And so there's some type of an exposure connected to a very jealous, possessive energy. We get the Nine of Cups. So there's that overindulgence, I feel. Pisces, illusion. Queen of Cups reversed. This is not feeling very good at all. Thank God we're getting out of Dodge. Okay, we get the wheel. We are moving on. We are moving on. Hard work ahead. We get the Fool reverse. Somebody here is feeling foolish for staying in a situation, I think. Maybe closing out a 6-year cycle. But there's all of them snakes out on the table. There's Pandora's box. And so that is so interesting. We just had Pluto go retrograde. Pluto is retrograde until October the 11th. It's going to dip back into Capricorn. And so this is like something about all the snakes are out on the table. So when we open that box of darkness, we can't unsee it, right? And I do feel there could be some type of illusion being shattered. The Queen of Cups reversed. I feel strong Pisces energy. She's got that Pisces necklace on her, and so I always associate Pisces to that one, and we get the Jupiter in Pisces here. So you could be Jupiter in Pisces, doesn't have to be. A lot of strong Pisces energy. The moon represents Pisces. We get Pisces, Leo, we get some Aries energy coming through with the Fool, and we get expansion. So right now we do have Jupiter in Taurus, which is the energy of expanding beliefs. We also have Jupiter conjunct Uranus, which is bringing in wake-up calls when it comes to shifting realities, I feel. And so there's a faded exposure connected to a Queen of Wands in reversed. And so a very heavy karmic feminine energy that is vengeful, that is jealous, that doesn't know her worth, that clings, that likes to control. I feel angry. And there is a need to maybe defend yourself. So there is warning. You might need to defend yourself. There is a problem now or in the near future, I feel, with somebody that is delusional. With the Queen of Cups reverse, there could be addictions here for sure. And it's time to break free from something that I feel has really held you back. The Six of Swords reverse. We got a Queen of Cups here that does not want to see the truth. We've got a very unhealthy attachment here. There's something hidden. There's a lot of emotions. I do feel like the skeletons in the closet are out. And there's like, I don't want to leave something behind. Somebody needs to boot this woman out of their life. So you could be dealing with this woman. You could be dealing with somebody connected to this woman, but she is a block to abundance. And I think somebody cannot unsee this because there's a new spark. Oh my God. And there is anger for sure. That was that anger that I felt. So we got two people not on the same page at all. And I do feel it is sparking, like that Ace of Wands is creation, and it is bringing forward truth. So I think we could have two people here going head to head, going into a battle together. And there is like a karmic reckoning going on here is what it feels like. This is pretty interesting. And then we get the Death card reversed. We get the Sun reversed. So there's that Leo, Lionsgate energy, Scorpio, Libra. And so there is so much resistance to an ending here. The death reverse is saying you got to let this go. Something here is not equal. There's a lack of equanimity. There's a lack of equality. There's a lack of balance. Is this wish come true? Because the sun in reverse would say there's something here that is very dark that needs to be brought back into the light. And I do feel there's a need to just embrace an ending. The Three of Swords reversed. There's that crossroads. So don't delude yourself. Do not allow yourself to stay stuck in an entrapped situation, all for what? Social media. We get the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there is an illusion here. This is not your happily ever after. Not in the least. There's a lack of love. There's a lack of open authenticity here. And I feel two people are kind of like all trapped up in this Eight of Swords in their head. They know they're not happy. They feel like they've got nowhere else to go. More expansion. And so Jupiter's really bringing in a wake-up call, I feel. And I think something about Mars in Pisces is saying, hey, the time to take action is now. So you can stay stuck. You can choose, right? You can choose. You can choose. You can choose the blue pill or the red pill. And so there's two choices here. So watch your next step. Be very discerning about your next step, because things are going to move forward very quickly. So the doorway opportunity is now. You can walk through the doorway of this new experience. And so the Four of Wands is resonating a little bit differently for me today. So in order to walk through the doorway of a new experience, you need to get rid of another Four of Wands, right? So we're going to split it. So there is an option between two foundations here, two foundational traditional foundations, I feel. And so what do you want? Do you want the new, or do you want to stay stuck? Because I feel there's like a path of money waiting for you and things will move forward. And so Spirit's been saying, hey, get out of Dodge. It's time to get out of Dodge. It's time to use your words to manifest your reality. It's time to take action. And I do feel it's time to leave a toxic, loveless situation behind, the Lover's reversed. And there's that Gemini moon energy. And so I do feel there is a really tough decision that needs to be made here. So do not lower your standard. It's time to recognize the red flags and lower that flag so you can just get out of Dodge. So I want to clarify the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands reversed. This is the same energy. So let's dig into this feminine first. So there's that Four of Swords in reverse. So not wanting to see the truth. I do feel we've got somebody here really in the depths of some emotional purging is what it feels like. The dark side of expansion. We get the Knight of Coins. And we get the Ace of Coins. And so I don't think this feminine realizes that there is an opportunity to manifest love, to manifest success. And so there is a need to heal from some type of an illusion. We do have a feminine, I feel, that has really held on to something, right? So we kind of got a Ten of Swords at play here right now. So ignoring a betrayal, or maybe this Queen of Cups has been shut off emotionally. I feel also there could be a creative block here. Somebody's got a mask of steel on, and so I feel there's a need to recognize, like, hey, this might hurt. It might feel like the end of the world. The Ten of Swords is like the worst is over. The worst has already happened. But this is going to lead you down a new money path. There is a money path waiting for you to find. But the Knight of Coins is saying you have to put in the hard work. You have to plant the seed. You got to put one foot in front of the other and trust that the abundance is going to be there. The abundance is going to grow. What does the King of Wands in reverse have to say? So we could have a feminine recognizing her worth, recognizing her value, and integrating her shadow self as well. Oh, we got a King of Wands that is struggling, that maybe is trying to create conflict and drama, that you know, wants to win at all costs, because I kind of put that on that Ace of Wands. And so Saturn is coming in. We've got a masculine here definitely struggling too with maybe guilt, shame, regret, remorse. There could be third party. And I've talked about third party. That can be drugs. That can be another lover. That can be friends. It can be work. It can be family. Anything that interferes with a one-on-one relationship that brings in karmic baggage, right? And so there's a need to release. There's a very dark energy here with that Scorpio attached to it. What else do we got here? We got the High Priestess. So I also feel we've got a masculine here that has been masking and hiding how much shame, regret, and guilt. So we've got a masculine here too, struggling internally with a lot of hidden emotions, hiding emotions. I think that came through in yesterday's reading too. So if you didn't see yesterday's message, go check it out. We've got a masculine here struggling too. And so there's a block to a new beginning. There's a need to just get rigorously honest about your current situation. Is it working? Is it really working? So let's take a look at the Four of Coins in reverse, because this is what we can't unsee. This is what's being exposed. We get the Seven of Cups, more Scorpio energy, the Strength reversed, Leo energy, and the Ten of Coins. And so I think what's being exposed is there is something here that there's like a Six of Coins. There's a lack of balance. And so, you know, it might look good to the public eye, but we've got some type of connection here that's purely based out of ego. And the Strength reverse, the Seven of Coins. And so it's going to take great spiritual strength to come out of this disillusioned state. And I also feel somebody is being asked to get out of a very stuck situation. I think you've learned enough here. It's time to take the lessons that you've learned and get out of here. You can't stay stuck forever. So somebody's been staying stuck in a state of depression and soul suppression. Maybe it's time to just be independently owned and operated and take this lesson. Take what you've learned from it, turn it into liquid gold. We got a pre-empress. We got a divine feminine here. We've got a wounded healer that I feel is alchemizing a very painful lesson connected to abandonment, being left out in the cold, and I think getting ready to start a brand new adventure. So there's unavoidable change here. It's been avoided up until now. And so you cannot avoid the change. The change is coming. It's here. It's here to stay. So I think the fact of the matter is somebody is working in a situation where there's a lack of honesty. There's a lack of truth, not wanting to see the blocks because maybe you've been with this person a really long time. Maybe you've been holding on, hoping that things would get better. But this is a toxic cycle. So find your strength to overcome the devil, right? Because the devil seeks to keep you caged, seeks to keep people divided. And there's fear over planting a new seed. So it's going to take a lot of strength and it's going to take a lot of faith to get out of this situation. So let's get a closing message. This was a tough one today. Let's get an archetype message. So what are we alchemizing here? What's the closing message? Oh, did you see that one? Seeker. I love it. And so that is what we came here to do. We came here for truth, no matter what that truth is. And so there's a deep thirst for wisdom coming through. So integrate the shadow attribute. Be willing to commit to a path. Once your path is illuminated, be willing to commit to it. And it does take a lot of hard work, right? It does take a lot of hard work, but there's a money path waiting for you. And so we get the prostitute on the bottom of the deck, which to me, I always think of Mary Magdalene. She was portrayed as a prostitute. And so many falsehoods connected to our history and the story of Mary and Jesus, by the way. And so we didn't come here to place material considerations and material security above self-empowerment. Divine Feminine, you came here to face these challenges. We are survivors. We are not victims. We are survivors. So never, ever negotiate the power of your spirit just to be connected to somebody, because you are an eternal child of the universe. Massive chills. And there's that Libra energy. We are here to avenge and restore the collective. We are here to seek balance. A lot of us are here. We hold the scales of justice in our chart somewhere with the Libra energy, and we are here to uphold society and to rebuild society. And so get rid of anybody in your life that has the inability to grow up and be responsible. There's that Leo energy coming through again. We need to release any extreme codependencies on others. We come into this world alone. We leave this world alone. We come into this world naked, and we leave this world with nothing. We take none of these material things with us. So don't give the material world consideration over your spiritual path, because the money will always flow when you are aligned. And so use your discernment, find your determination to trust in this realignment, to see things with fresh new eyes, because I do feel something here is getting blasted out of the water. That's that Tower energy. And so we need to release all of this destructive behavior so we can prepare for this new life. So I feel an explosion of sacred rage, an explosion of emotions. And so intoxication will keep leading you down the pathway of destruction. So harness your power, harness your strength. Stop destroying your dreams and your highest potential, all for something toxic, because God wants you to succeed. So I do feel there is a benevolent, eternal energy coming through that is pushing us to love ourselves and to love others, to mother ourselves, to nurture others, and to give birth to 5D Earth. And that's what we came here to do. So that's my message for today, guys. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out the description box below. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If it did, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate that. And I do look forward to all of you joining me again next time. Thank you.